All right, we're back, and yesterday I ended with a couple errors. So one of them was that the let me just record the screen actually. So the app didn't run in the Flutter simulator, which I don't know how many times I've had that error come up. I don't know what the error is. I don't understand it, but for some reason, when it comes to Flutter and just running the app, every now and then you get into or you run into the error of just like something's updated. I don't know what it is. Or maybe it probably is something that I've changed, but still, something's probably updated or something I've changed has made it so that the simulator doesn't run anymore, which maybe means that I need to update Flutter or I need to do something. I don't know what I need to do, but that's an error. I'm expecting that to take a little bit of time to get that to work, but then we have the actual Agora.io voice calling functionality, which is what we're going to try to set up. I got pretty far yesterday, but there was the tutorial that they had on their website is out of date, so it means that the stuff that they've written doesn't work. So I need to use something that's more up to date and try to get it to work, which I don't think should be that difficult. But I think I'm going to start by just seeing if I can get the simulator to run, because it doesn't. So I think that's a good place to start. Okay, so I was struggling for a bit just to get the app to run. It was just like package after package was not up to date. Not really sure what that was about, to be honest. I just did, what did I do? I did the Flutter pub like upgrade to major versions things, and then I did a pub clean or Flutter clean or whatever it is, and then tried to run it. I did a couple of those things. I don't really know what I actually did to make it work, but it seemed like there was some sort of package or some sort of thing that wasn't compatible with the new versions that I had. But now the app runs and we can actually log in to the app, and we can also create Agora group video called demo, which if I do that, actually let's see if we run another, if we run the app in Chrome as well, then we can see if we can join an existing video call maybe. I don't know how to really test calls, or how to test two calls from the same device. I don't know how that works, but this might work. All right, so we're logged in now with a new user, and then we're going to see if we type in test here, what happens. Allow, allow, allow. Okay, I don't know. I don't know if there's an error. Okay, so I'm not really sure what, I'm not sure how to test this, because I don't know if this is like correct, if this is all that I needed to do, or if there's something that I'm missing. So in this specific case, I think a YouTube tutorial is going to be the way to go, because I think that's at least it's going to be someone else that's already done this, and they'll take me through the process and kind of explain it as well, which will make it easier to kind of understand how it all works. And hopefully they will have some sort of demo at the end where they demo like a call between one device and another device, and hopefully I'll be able to understand it. Yeah, because I don't know if there's like the channel name should be something that I can just type in. It seems like it's something that I can just type in here. And I also don't know if there's like a limitation where you can't do a call between two separate simulators on the same device. Maybe that's a problem. I don't know. So I've actually set my phone now to be black and white. I don't know if you can tell. I feel like this is looking very dark, but I'm not necessarily proud of that, but I've just been spending so much time stuck on my phone. I feel like it just drains my energy for the day. So to combat that, I figured I would set my phone to black and white. I've actually also been looking at something. Wait. I've been looking at this phone called the, what was it called? Books. Yeah, the Books Palma, which is like a Kindle phone. So it has the same type of screen that a Kindle does. And the idea is that you can use that as a phone that's just a really slow, dumb phone. It's actually not a dumb phone, I don't think, but it's a slow phone at least. And it's black and white. And I'm kind of tempted to get this. The only drawback that I see is that it doesn't have a SIM card slot. Or it doesn't have the ability to use to be used as an actual phone, like for calling and doing all those sort of things. I don't know if you can call actually, but I know that you can't use 5G, for instance, which is a problem because I would definitely get this if it was something that I could take and just go wherever I wanted and I knew I'd have the same features as I do on my iPhone, but just in a slower, less attractive package. If that was the case, then I would definitely get this. The limitation right now with this is that I would have to be connected to Wi-Fi. But the more that I sort of think about this, maybe it's just me trying to justify another purchase, but the more I think about it, the more I realize that, well, I spend a lot of time in places where I have Wi-Fi. And most of the time when I would want a phone like this would probably be when I'm at home or I'm in places where I would have Wi-Fi. So it feels like maybe I could still use it and just be connected to Wi-Fi, and that could work. But I think maybe it's just me trying to justify this purchase. I feel like in a year or 2 years or 3 years from now, there will be a phone like this that has a SIM card in it or a SIM card slot. So it's probably just to wait for it. But I'm very tempted. I want to get it. And I like the idea of just having a phone that I could text from, but I could also read from it. I can read from my iPhone, but I feel like I don't know if there's any research on this, but if I feel like the eye strain from an iPhone screen is different than the eye strain that you get from, or that I get from using a Kindle. I don't know if that's scientifically correct, but I feel like that's the case. And that's what kind of draws me into getting a phone like this. It would also be super slow, like texting would be a chore. And going to Instagram or looking at YouTube videos, things like that, that would be kind of painful to do. So yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of it, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna actually get it. I'm gonna wait for a little bit and think this through. But that's something that I am thinking about, and that's why I went to the grayscale thing on my iPhone, which I've been sort of against because I feel like, well, I should just be able to not go on my phone, which is why it feels a little bit like a failure when I go to grayscale, because it's like, I feel like it's this crutch where it's like you're using a crutch to be more disciplined. The true thing is just discipline, really. You just don't go on your phone. And so for me, adding something like, oh, well, I'm going to add a grayscale filter to my phone because that will make it easier to be disciplined. I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose, because you're really the root cause is the discipline. And so adding something that just makes it more difficult, I don't know. I hope that I think it makes sense the way that I'm thinking, but now the reason that I did do it is because I feel like even if I don't go on Instagram or other things like that, I just don't want my phone to be that entertaining. And if the grayscale thing kind of helps, then that might be a good thing. I'm tired. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, let's keep going. Hallå? Hallå? Ja, tjena.
Tjena, jag står här nere.
Okay, I just got a package delivered that I'm pretty excited about. So, let's open this up. This little thing is a DPA 6060 lav mic, which is the same lavs that they use for the Peaky Blinders. That show. And I'm constantly looking for like, how can I make this, like the videos that I do better? And right now you don't see this, but I have a boom mic that's set up, and this is the Sennheiser MK416, I think it's called. Not sure if it just sounded crazy when I was adjusting it there, but this is the Sennheiser MK416, I think it's called. And I think my voice just sounds really good on this. And I have this big setup on the camera to be able to actually record stuff. But I've also been using lav mics, which for that I've been using the Rode Wireless Pro, but I've been using an external lav mic, which is a Sennheiser ME2. This is probably not interesting at all to most people, but I've been using that, but I don't think that the sound is that great. I don't feel like my voice sounds that good on that mic. So I think one of the better ways to improve the audio quality would be to buy a better mic, because the mic that I plug into the Rode I think can increase the audio quality, I hope. But I'm not really sure. So if this works, if this sounds good, then I won't have to continue like moving this giant boom mic around, which just takes up a lot of space and it's just inconvenient, I guess. But let's see. I have to try this out now. I'm not really getting the app to run anymore. It seems like there's some error now with the something, and I don't know what it is. But now let's try the lav mic and see what it sounds like. Alright, so I've tried to put the lav under my shirt here using a little bit of tape and one of these foam things that I've just cut out. Turns out that it's smaller than my mic clip that I already have, so it doesn't fit that, which is a little bit of a problem because I don't have any other clips that I can use to stick it somewhere other than using tape, which I don't feel like this is going to be super sturdy. Now, I have the wire just straight down, but there's actually a trick that I saw, which is if you tie a little knot to the wire, then apparently that's supposed to reduce a little bit of noise. So I'm going to try that, and we're going to see if it does reduce noise. Okay, now we'll see if the noise has been reduced. Maybe it has. I don't know if anyone finds this interesting. I do, and I like the idea of the audio quality for these videos to be really good, and I think this might be a way to do it. All right, we're back on the old mic, and I'm gonna check in a little bit to see if they were good or the lab was good. But now I'm trying to get this to work, and I don't really know how to even get it to run. But we'll see. I feel like this day has mostly been just sitting and waiting for the Flutter run command to execute, only for me to get all these kind of errors. Error running pod install, launching application, blah, blah, blah. Could not find included file generated. All right, I don't know what is going on, to be honest. I just reversed some of the changes that I'd made, and now I get an error that I haven't gotten all day. Swift compiler error. No such module, SQLite. AWS data store, core data store, blah, blah, blah. uncategorized Xcode command, Swift compile failed with a non-zero exit code. I don't know. I don't know what it is, and I don't know how to go about this. So I think I'm going to call it a day here. Okay, so I thought I was going to be able to get all of this done today, but or I thought I was going to be able to get the Agora thing to work, to be able to have a phone call. But there's just so many errors. I don't know what the errors are even about, to be honest. And I don't know, like I said at the start, it feels like something very classic with Flutter is that it feels like I change something somewhere, just a line of code. Let's say I add a print statement somewhere, and then all of a sudden I get Cocoa Pods errors. And it doesn't really make any sense why that happens, I feel like. Oftentimes you just have to update Flutter and then it will work, which is what happened this morning. But now these errors, like, it feels like, I don't know, I change something and I get a certain error, and then I revert that change, and then I get a new error. Or wait, no, so like this. I get some error, let's call it error X. And so because of that error, I change something, and then I get a new error, error Y. And so then I revert the change that I made. And now I don't get error X anymore, which I should because I reverted the change that I did. I actually get error Z instead, which is like I don't know how that works, but the errors keep changing even though I don't feel like I change anything. And that's what doesn't make sense to me. But we made some progress. We started actually implementing the Agora thing. I think most of it is working. It's just that I need to get the pod file to install properly, and then I need to get the correct versions of the stuff that I need into the pubspec.yaml file. And then I think it should work. But I'm going to do that tomorrow. Hopefully it won't be too difficult. See you tomorrow.